This guy's pretty violent. He's saying that he's going to drink from my skull. I don't really have that much worth drinking in my skull. Oh, well, never mind. Hello, and welcome back to our Ironman challenge right here. And as you can see, we're currently in a battle with some Vanskery warriors. Now, these guys are going to be pretty easy for us, as we have seen many times before. I'm actually just going to tell everyone to charge in as well, as we probably will have them charging at us at the same time, and I want to have my cavalry doing as much damage. Actually, you know what? They don't seem to be charging, so I'm going to bring my cavalry back straight away. Yeah, there we go. A relatively fast change, and as you can no doubt see from the first kill in this battle, we have Deve returning to us, which is actually really, really cool. He brought along 8 Ravenstern man-at-arms or something like that. So yeah, we were not lucky enough to get some of the higher tier units, but that's absolutely fine. I don't think that's too big a deal, but it is a bit of a shame. But you know, that's just how it's going to have to be for the moment. We can't really do much about that. And maybe I can take this guy out. This guy seems pretty fancy. Never mind, he got murdered. There we go. Get that raider, and then we can maybe get some of these other guys. We're going to get a couple of casualties here. I mean, it's just going to happen. There's just nothing I can do about that. But here's the thing. These guys have an absolutely fantastic prisoners hold. They have like Fyhrr ladies in waiting. They've got a refugee. They've got a bunch of other random units as well. It's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty good. So, and also look at that, 7 renown too. So we ended up losing quite a lot of people there, but most of what we lost were nothing too special, with the exception of the adventurer. That is a shame that we lost him, but otherwise not too bad. Not too bad. So we're just going to be taking all this. Oh yeah, by the way, I have traded in all of my stuff now for the Old Tale quest, so all we need to do is find refugees now. And I thought that, hey, you know what, we're probably just going to be better off showing some of those fights, not all of them, but some of them, some of the more interesting ones on screen, so you can actually see what's happening and what I'm actually getting up to, because it's pretty interesting to fight these higher tier bandits like the Vanskerys, for example. I think they're going to be pretty difficult for the most part. And it's going to be kind of cool to see what we can do with capturing them and how much money we can actually make. Because as you can see, my money situation is pretty dire at the moment. But it is going to be absolutely fine once we sell those prisoners, sell our loot, and get our next week's wages. Anyway, you can see here that Deve actually likes Leslie a great amount. And that's great. That's absolutely fantastic for us. Which means that if we get someone in our party that Deve does not like, it's going to cancel out. Ooh, hello. Wait a minute. Hello there. I would like to fight. Oh yes, I would like to fight these guys. They are going to be really hard to catch, aren't they? We're moving faster than them. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now this is good. This is very good. I like this a lot. I don't care about the renown value here. We're not going to be getting any renown for this whatsoever. But they have so many prisoners. So many good prisoners as well. I'm actually really surprised. Okay, it's great. It's really, really nice. Maybe we can take a couple of these guys prisoner as well. Gotta be careful. Oh, that worked. Okay. Oh, careful, careful. Gotta be careful here. My horse is not being so careful, as you can see. Well, technically it's Rain's horse, but don't tell anyone. Okay, gotta be careful here. Another careful. There we go. Another careful. Yes, another careful attack. I meant. Yes. Anyway, there you go. We did get a couple of extra prisoners, and Fyhrr lady in waiting was wounded. Should have probably spoken to them before we actually went into the battle, but I think that's fine. I think that's okay at the moment. All right, nothing really there for me. But here's the thing. Look at how many cool things they have in the rescued prisoners little area here. It's so fantastic. So we'll just take the enemies first, and then we'll just take the Highlanders, Wardens. Rangers are going to be fantastic for us. Mounted Rangers are really good as well, and it's just fantastic. Look at that. And now we have a full full army basically in no time. And we ended up losing a lot of units in that previous fight. But now it doesn't really matter so much because we have just been able to recuperate all of them in that quicker time, which is really quite fantastic. All right, so yeah, now Leslie is, of course, saying that Deve is a great person, and that's what we like to see. We like to see that our companions are getting along. Now, there was another party of Vanskry over here, but I'm just going to go into Senderfall real quick. Actually, you know what? I'm going to speak to the Fyhrr ladies-in-waiting first. And, okay, so I've already detailed in a previous episode what these 3 options actually give you. This gives you honor and relation. The second option gives you about 1,000 gold, but does reduce your honor and your relation with a random lady. And also, if you do the third option, then you're going to get a 1 of 3 different relatively high tier female units, which is actually really cool for only 200 gold. I think it's potentially worth it because I think you can get a maiden adventurer. And if you can get a maiden adventurer, you might be able to level it up into a heroine adventurer, and they are fantastic. They're really good. But I'm just going to go for the honor for the moment. Honor is pretty important, at least for me at the moment. And we'll just continue to let them go. There we go. And you never know, maybe we'll marry someone in the Fyhrr vein at some point. It's highly... actually, you know what? Marrying the ladies. Did I just level up that refugee? Yes, I think I did. Anyway, I was talking about marriage, and I was just like, oh, yeah, marriage, etc., etc. And then, boom, level up that guy. That was great. That did not work out too well. Oh, well, never mind. It's not too bad because we are still making a lot of cash. I have already placed a number of refugees in the old ruins, and as I said beforehand, you can actually place them in one at a time, basically, so you don't even have to do it all at once, which is really quite fantastic. And that has helped us quite a significant amount. So I'm just going to trade all of the loot that we got, and I will buy a bunch of iron, and then we will sell, well, not sell, but we will trade the iron with our ironworks here, and that is going to be great. Fantastic. Wow. We don't even really need to do that anymore, really. We could basically just let them, well... let them go. We could just let them go and, build as many, tools that we require, and then that's it, basically. We'll sell all our prisoners for 1,200, which is really nice, too. Aha! What is this opportunity? 18 warriors from Melatine, and they will follow us for 3,000. I have no room in my party. Isn't that fantastic? Every time. Okay, I will... yeah, sure. I'll hire you. That's great. Okay. Now, Kavera. Kavera is actually someone that we want to have in our army here. So I will get rid of the Pendor recruit who was the previous refugee. Yes, I did a great job there. But Kavera, I believe, is about 4,000 or something, or 3,000. So it's unlikely I will be able to afford her at the moment. But maybe if my weekly wages come up relatively soon, then we might be able to do that. But yeah. Anyway, we did get a pretty decent amount of honor from that Fyhrr ladies-in-waiting group, but we didn't get the refugee, which was the main reason why I wanted to actually do that anyway. But oh well, never mind. I'm basically just going to go off screen now, and if there are any really cool fights, like against a big band of Vanskry, like if I get these Vanskry raiders all in one group and all in one attack, then that could be really fun. But as you can see, they are being a bit slippery and a bit hard to track down. Alright, so I am about maybe halfway into getting about 10 guys, because I've already put in about 5 into the old ruins. And I have, I think, about 2 in my army at the moment. And we have the opportunity from this band right here to get another 2. So we'll then have 4 total. And it is getting a little bit difficult in deciding what I should actually let go in my army, amazingly enough, because I have quite a few high-tier units now. And they're not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but we do have a couple of those Ravenstern units that have leveled up and are actually pretty decent. We've got those Ravenstern Highlanders, and we've got a couple of Rangers, and we even have some mounted Rangers. And those guys they're pretty good. They're pretty good for this kind of work, and it's getting a bit difficult to kind of balance those out. And I do have a reasonably full prisoners hold as well. I've got about 10 prisoners at the moment. And by the way, here are my settings, just very quickly, just so you can see what's going on. And otherwise, yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm actually up in Ravenstone territory at the moment because it seems to me like there are a lot of refugee rescuing opportunities in this area. So anyway, there you go. That was easy enough for us. And I have a full inventory, as you can see. So I'm going to have to just take the step horse. I did get some various loot from some Red Brotherhood patrol, which was actually pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy to get that. And as you can see, oh, there's actually 3 refugees. Oh, wow. Okay, I actually didn't know that. I thought that there were only 2 in this. Okay, so this is going to be problematic. I guess I will just let go some of these Fjordsvane skirmishers, even though I really quite like them. I'm going to have to do that just for the sake of this whole deal. And, you know, I should probably get rid of some other people as well. Maybe a Mist Mountain Warrior. I guess I'll get rid of that just in case Sir Rain comes back and actually brings us some units. Because I did send him off to gain some right to rule for us, and he will be coming back soon. Alright, so this is the very next battle after the previous one that we just did. And this is going to be a bit tricky for us, I think, because we have a number of enemies coming in here. We got like, what, 39 or something like that? Pretty significant number for us. We haven't really fought such a big battle before, so this is going to be kind of interesting. Maybe we'll do okay. I am using my piercing weapon at the moment. I don't really mind about taking some of these prisoner. Maybe I will do a little bit, but most of these that I'm going to be able to take out in one hit are not really worth the space. These robbers are probably going to sell for 30 or so, probably nothing more than that. If I was able to take a couple of the other guys, some of the really high tier guys, then that would be really nice, but they are very difficult for me to eliminate with my current power strike. It's just not enough. And I mean, it's obvious that, you know, that would be the case because I have just not been leveling up my iron flesh, my power strike at all. So that definitely makes a difference. But otherwise, there's another 3 renown for us. Oh, a couple of other horses I still haven't sold either because I am just so far up into the mountains. So there's the 6th horse that I will be using, and I guess we will just trade some arrows, I guess. Yeah, and there's another 3. Look at that, another 3 refugees, and we now have 9 available. So that will mean that we have 14 total, and I'm probably going to go down to the old ruins after this because I don't really want to be lugging around so many refugees and then potentially losing them in battle. Alright, so we have now arrived in the old ruins, and as you can see, this is exactly what you have to do. Thankfully, you don't have to talk to Bernard every single time you go into the old ruins. You just have to leave the workers in the camp. So basically what I'm going to do is just click here, 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 and there you go. 14 out of 20. So I will be going back to Ravenstone territory now. I have sold, but I haven't found a ransom broker yet. Alright, here we go. We've got 58 against the enemy's 41. We have been able to beat these kinds of parties before, but I think this is probably the biggest one we've faced. And they have some pretty good units. As you can see, they're mostly all on cavalry, so it's going to be a bit difficult for us to deal with them, I think. But we'll try. Oh, wow, yeah, they've got some bear claw berserkers. You see those guys? Okay, we might have some difficulties here. We might have a lot of problems. They have just charged straight on into our archer line as well, which is really bad. I'm just going to tell our archers just to charge in because they are going to be so much better in melee if they just throw caution to the wind, basically. Okay, so let's just try and do some damage to some of these guys here. And maybe tackle... Oh, hello. Yeah, you definitely don't want to get stopped in front of a bear claw berserker. That is going to be painful. Very painful indeed. Alright, well, thankfully, we're doing okay. Bear in mind that this group right here has a pretty significant amount of refugees. Not enough to complete the quest, I don't think. But I thought I would just show this anyway because they had some pretty significant forces, as you can see from the 8 renown reward that we gained. And also we're losing a bunch of units here as well, which is really quite sad. Oh, really? Every single one of those Ravenstone man-at-arms did not... Wow. Was not able to survive that? That's kind of crazy. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so let's see what else we can do. I actually did sell. I found a Raider's Scimitar, by the way. This Raider's Scimitar was a drop from a disgruntled caravan guard in a tavern, relatively similar to the drunk NPC. And he tried to kill me. He tried to kill me, and well, I taught him a lesson. I did take a lot of damage, as you can see from my health. I actually did, I was actually restoring myself, and I saw these parties, and I was like, okay, let's fight them. Let's fight them, see what we can do. So yeah, that was almost going to be a death, but we had about 40% left, so probably not. But anyway, there you go. Not too bad. I don't want to speak to anyone, thank you very much. Okay, so let's do this. There we are. I did manage to sell my prisoners, and I will be taking the refugees, and we might as well take the farmers as well, because they do actually level up, as well as the peasant women, so that's pretty good. So yeah, this is where we currently are. And I've been attempting to try and find some... Well, oh, look at that. Oh, that's actually pretty good. There's one refugee right there. So we have how many right now? Yeah, we've got 3, and we need 6. So that is, I think, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. There are a lot of level ups to do here as well. Anson also leveled up too. Should we level up his strength again? Yeah, let's level up his strength again. And I think I'm actually going to start getting him some Iron Flesh, maybe some Power Strike as well. And we'll just increase his crossbow proficiency a little bit. And that is it. Okay, fantastic. All right, so do I want to fight these guys up here? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Because Bear Claw Berserkers, they're kind of harsh. But it would be cool to take more of these guys prisoner, because they are pretty easy to do with that. There's a lot. As you can see, almost every single one of these parties has one refugee. At least one refugee. And if you're lucky, you'll find more than that. So, yeah, definitely something to think about if you're doing the same quest that I am. Anyway, 50 against 62. So we are actually outnumbered in this case. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of tactics here, because we are exactly outnumbered. So it is probably necessary for us to do that. Let's get our infantry out the front there. Let's just get them to charge straight on in. Try and kill them as much as they can. They seem to be doing quite nicely so far. And we'll just get our cavalry to come around here. I've got to be really careful, by the way, out of all these little guys, because they actually do have some polearms equipped, and those polearms are going to be an absolute death sentence for some of our units, especially the cavalry units. So that would be pretty bad. It would be pretty bad, but as you can see, we're running a little bit of interference here. Thankfully, our cavalry is pretty good, so they are able to deal with some of the lower tier units by themselves without me needing to help them a considerable amount. And as you can see, our infantry and archers were perfectly capable of eliminating the rest, which is great. Very nice indeed. And we've got about, what, 5 enemies remaining now? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with our composition as well, which is actually kind of weird, because usually what I like to do is I like to use very uniform army compositions. So basically things like, I don't know, a lot of crossbowmen, but not any archers, or a lot of archers and not a lot of skirmishers and things like that. But in this case, I've actually mixed them all up. So we basically have a whole wide variety of different things that are capable of covering each other. So we've got Ravenstone archers, we've got Fyrdsvein skirmishers, and we also have some crossbowmen. So it's actually pretty good, you know, it actually works out pretty nicely. We actually ended up losing a refugee because I forgot to retreat them, which is awful and very terrible of me. But yeah, that's just how it goes. I don't really mind too much. That is fine. All right, because we are going to get to capture this Bear Claw Berserker, which is going to be so fantastic to sell. And there are 2 refugees here, so that's actually kind of good, because now we have 4, so we only need 2 more refugees total, and then we will have exactly what we need to complete the quest, which is great because I have been wanting to complete this so badly. All right. So we need what? 2 more? Yeah, 2 more? Yeah, okay. So we need 2 more. It's like I'm being told off screen, you know, it's like I've got an earpiece and I'm just being told information from, you know, the director or whoever, you know, oh, we need 2? Is that correct? Oh, yeah. Okay. It's not like that at all. It's just me talking to myself. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to try and see if we can go up here to this Mist Mountain hideout. This is where I found a lot of parties with many refugees as prisoners. So it would be good to be able to rescue them through here. Maybe. It is nighttime, so maybe the spotting skill is not really doing too well for us at the moment. Ah, hello. Oh, there's 1 there. I was hopeful for a band that had 2, but we might just have to deal with them. They're pretty good as well to fight because they are going to give you a decent amount of experience too. So, careful. Don't level those up. It's one of those things, you know. It's one of those things whenever you see a plus icon when you've played Warband for a lot of time, and then you just basically be like, oh, you need to level those up. Yes, you need to level those up. And then I'm like, no, actually I don't, because, you know, they're actually important for a quest. Yeah, that happens. Anyway, as you can see, we've been leveling up our strength some more. Gonna get some more power draw. Level up our 2-handed weapons. And hopefully we may come across some other party here. We've got to be really careful, by the way, because I actually ran past Kyuda the Ravager very close by to Poinsbrook, and so I'm a bit worried about that, to be fair. Okay, so let's go in here and help the Loyal Knights. Yes, we will help the Loyal Knights. And, yeah, I'm actually their commander, aren't I? Yes, I am their commander at the moment, because there is no other hero on the battlefield, so that's pretty cool. And we should be able to do a pretty decent job. Anson, I don't know what his problem is, to be honest. I don't know what Anson's doing. But anyway, let's tell these guys to actually retreat, because they're going to get themselves killed otherwise, which would be really bad. Okay, take out that raider. And there's this guy. I'd like to take this guy prisoner if at all possible. He's got some good armor on. He's doing damage to my horse. Can you believe it? Refugee. Are you serious? They were running. Oh. Yeah, that happens. More than you'd think. Okay, well, this guy's going to be quite annoying, isn't he? Maybe he can slow down and get skewered by one of these lancers. That would be nice. Is he just going to run now? You better not. You better not get out of here. Ah. Oh, well, never mind. Knight of the Raven Spear. I guess they're pretty good, so I'm happy to let him have the kill, I guess. Let him, he says. Yeah, okay, there you go. We did get a little bit of relation with the Knighthood Order as well, which I suppose is pretty good, because at some point, maybe we will have to help someone else in opposition to them, and then we will have a friendly relation, and it won't turn them into people that want to kill us, which I guess is pretty good to do. Anyway, let's try and get some people here, and this pilgrim can level up, so that's good. Okay, so we still have 4, because we lost 1. Yes. I will try to find some more. Alright, so here we are at the old ruins. I have a lot of prisoners in my army at the moment, so I'm hopeful that maybe the Fyhrr will make peace with Sarlian soon, but I'm not holding out too much hope. Anyway, I have 6 refugees. Let's do this. There we go. Was that it? Oh yeah, I need to wait until daytime. Yes, waiting until daytime would be kind of good, because he's only available in daytime. So yes, we'll see what he actually needs now, if he needs anything else. I don't think he needs anything else, so basically what's going to happen now is it will probably take some time for it to be built, and then we'll probably be notified at some point later on. But I feel like Pendor just gets better and better every single time you play a new version. It's just kind of crazy how good it is, because it could have been one of those mods that, you know, just blows everyone away when it was first released way back in like 2012 or 2013, way back with the original version. But No, it was not a one-hit wonder. It has been consistently good for all of these years. Okay. He has everything ready to begin construction. We should be ready within 2 weeks. I will return. Okay, fantastic. So, that means I can now move on. So, I guess what we will do is we will go back to... I'm not entirely sure whether I want to go over here. Oh, hello. Rangers of the Clarion Call. Okay, I can just leave them. They're not going to attack me, thankfully. But, yes, anyway. We're going to go through Sarlian territory and try to get to Fyrdsvein territory. And we will, well, just try and find a ransom broker, I suppose. And try not to get killed along the way. As you can see, these guys are moving slower than me, just about. Ooh, close one. If there was another vassal there, we would be in a bad position. But thankfully not. And so Rain still has not returned, which is a shame. But, well, it usually takes a long time in Pendor for the companions to come back, which is kind of annoying, but can't really do much about it. I think I'm going to tell Anson to go off now as well, because I have a bit of downtime now that I'm no longer going to be fighting that much. And don't worry, you don't have to, you don't have to be here for all of the waiting, if you know what I mean. Because I'm basically just going to kind of chill around here. Might do a little bit of trading, because trading's pretty lucrative, but I'm not going to be able to utilize most of the areas because, of course, Sarlian is at war against us. So that would be problematic. But yeah, other than that, I think we should be okay. This guy's a traveler, so we can actually ask him for any rumors. Ah, hello, yes. 2,000 dinars for our prisoners because there were 2 I was going to say Blair Core instead of Bear Claw. Great. Anyway, there were a couple of those in my prisoner's hold, and they sell for a lot. They sell for about 500 as far as I'm aware. So that's pretty cool. 500 each, that is. So yeah, that is a significant amount. And we will now just sell the rest of our stuff that we have. Sell that, another 1,400. That's crazy. Look at that. That is so nice. And I think actually, you know what? Let's see if we can actually build another enterprise here. And I'm thinking maybe we should get another ironworks. I don't know whether that's worth it though. Oil is 338. A tannery is actually really good at 600, but that is 12,000. And a weavery and dye works is still the best by the looks of things, 584. But it is a very significant investment. And I don't know whether I can really do that yet. Ooh, I have 124 renown now. We almost have enough to be able to be a member of a tournament, which would be really quite fantastic. Ah, hello there. Seems like demon worshippers are having some fun with our Knights of the Dawn. Ooh, Bloodsworn Witches. I don't know whether I want to get into a battle with those guys at the moment. So I'm just going to leave them alone for the time being, and I think we're probably going to head over here. And, oh, what's going on here? Nothing? Yeah, nothing. All right, nothing to worry about. Okay, so I'm just basically walking around now, just seeing if I can maybe find some good opportunities or some rumors, or maybe just a ransom broker that will give us some good information, or maybe some good units, or maybe just a companion. You know, a companion would be fantastic as well. I haven't received my weekly wage in quite some time as well. I guess doing all those battles kind of makes time go much slower. I mean, literally it does, because of course the overworld map does not progress when you do a battle in Warband, so it's, yeah, it does make things seem a little bit longer than they would normally have to be. Alright, well, there doesn't seem to be anything that I can buy here. I'm still looking for... Oh, there's a siege crossbow. That's expensive. That is a lot. Wow, it's pretty crazy. Oh well, never mind. That will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.